Dun, 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 dun.
Welcome to Lay It All Out There, Miss Danielle Deluty.
Hi, Miss McKenna Moore.
This is my very funny friend, comic, writer, thinker, Danielle Deluty, bass player, upright bass. What else? What am I missing?
That's really it.
That's really it.
That's really it.
Kind of a very cool feminist doula. How could I not mention doula?
Whoa.
I really respect everything.
Cool feminist doula. It's actually, no one's ever said that. No one describes
Me.
doulas as...
I think you're cool as hell. When you talk about
Thank you
birth,
so much.
I get so riled up.
I get turned on when I talk
Yes.
about birth, and I'm just like,
And you have a cool birth tattoo, right?
I do.
Just says birth!
One of my birth clients' husbands did it.
That's so cool.
Isn't that special?
Yeah, that's really cool. How many people have you birthed?
I have personally attended maybe about 60, but with a birth doula partner, we've supported around 100 families together.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It's a fucking
Cool ass
rad
job. It's a
job.
cool ass job.
Did you consider that your full-time job?
It is not my full-time job now. Now I do doula is like living on call.
Right.
Right. That was difficult to make sustainable as my full-time thing. Maybe I'll go back to that, but now I do like the admin stuff for a practice of midwives. So kind of great.
That's so sick.
Kind of just birth adjacent, really happy. Friends of mine just asked me to be their doula. They're having their first kid.
That's so
Honor of
special.
lifetime. Honor of lifetime.
That's like a step up from officiating a marriage.
Exactly. Thank you so much for seeing that.
Of course.
Marriage is dumb, but kids, that's whoa.
And that's real. Marriage is made up.
Marriage is a play.
Entirely.
Hey, can you run our play?
My hottest take right now is that everyone just gets married. Most people, 95% of people get married because they're bored and they need something to happen in their life.
So you too are a thinker.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, like, every take you have is hot,
Thank
and
you.
I just want to yeah, whatever. I don't want to, people, randomly, like a lot of performers I know have a really hard time accepting compliments.
Yeah.
And I don't give compliments, and like, I'm really not trying to like blow smoke up people's behinds. I'm
we have
really
enough smoke.
trying to tell you, there's actually enough. I
Yeah.
could just blow smoke in your face. That's fine. But I like complimenting people. It's like a love language,
Yeah.
if you will. And I sense I might do that over the next however we're recording, because I just really admire you. I'm gonna enough. Okay?
I really appreciate it. I really do. And even if I seem physically uncomfortable, I'll write it down in a note and think about it for years.
Even if everything about my body language is saying otherwise.
Even though I'm sweating from my scalp.
Dude, I'm the sweatiest person you know. I promise. Did you know that profuse sweating is actually a very not talked about side effect of Prozac?
I read about this. What the hell?
Fucking annoying.
I'm already so nervous. That's why I'm on the drug.
What?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You may see her later. This is the sea of unrevealed truths.
Oh my god.
And if you don't want to answer one of the questions, you take a tip.
Whoa. Color me intrigued.
Yeah. We've had some fun stuff. Jack Norris and I shotgunned a beer. He was a perfect person for that. Shotgun seltzer worse.
Perfect.
I made Rooster. He had to close his eyes and try to figure out what I would put in his hand. Got it so fast.
Really?
A handheld hole puncher. Would you know that immediately?
I just don't know.
I was pissed off.
I don't.
I made Shaunik give me a little lock of hair. Somebody commented on the episode and was like, I cannot believe you made a balding man give you his hair.
That is so... the symbolism actually is huge.
It felt really good.
Good. I hope you felt powerful.
Now on my dating apps, I put up the picture of me with the hair, and it just has a caption of like, how much hair can I collect before I get in trouble?
That's crazy. I have the same thing, but it's with a jar of tea.
That's so awesome.
Oh my god.
Is that real or
no?
Okay, because I would
make
do that.
people give me their teeth.
I literally said that in the episode. I was like, if I could make you give me your teeth, I would, but I know that's too much.
Yeah. Would you want people's teeth?
Yeah.
Teeth freak me out.
I love teeth.
Really?
Yes, I really, really like teeth.
Wow.
You know how like kids when they're young they draw like eyes a lot?
Yeah.
I was drawing teeth.
Cool.
I have like multiple teeth. Jewelry pieces. I love teeth.
Whoa.
I just think they're bizarre. I think
They
it's so
are.
crazy that they exist. When you see a child, you ever see a child's skull with them up in their cheeks?
Oh my god. Freaky deaky.
I hang out with kids a lot
Oh my god.
for my job.
Yeah.
And I think about the way that their teeth are up in their eyeballs all the time.
Wow. They really are. They're like little face bones.
Do the bones grow down when we get the teeth, or is this just...
Do you think I know?
If either one of us
Do I look like I have no
would
idea.
know, it should be me.
I have no idea. You should, as the tooth fan.
I'll look that up
As
after
the tooth,
this.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, are you ready to do some questions?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, our themes today are relationships, finances, self, naughty, and the spiritual.
These are all so fun.
Right?
Wait. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Has anyone ever asked you to pick for them to go first?
No, very brave.
I would love for you to pick.
Okay.
These are sort of all of my journal topics. So
I love that about
my
you.
money wounds, my mama wounds, yeah. So
Let's start. This is a fun one. Okay, we're gonna do relationships.
okay, cool. There's text on the back.
There is.
Oh my god.
This is fun. Tell me a story about a really good or a really bad neighbor.
Really good.
You grew up in New York, right?
I did. I grew up in New Jersey, but going to school in New York.
Okay. Did you grow up in like house or apartments?
I grew up in my dad lived in a house. Mom lived in like a town, like attached to other houses. But I did have a wild neighbor early when I moved to New York City, in Flatbush. We were living, my roommate and I, we still live together, but somewhere else. But we're in Flatbush. We live in a 2-story house. Our unit is the bottom floor, and then there's a multi-generational family living above us. And, okay, we became buds with the kids who lived upstairs.
Okay.
They were cool, and just friendly and sweet. Although one time one of them did come up to me and was like, "Miss Danielle, how old are you?" And I was like, "You tell me.
No,
Take
you
a
can't say
guess."
that to him.
He was like, "I don't know, 40?" I was like, "Well, I guess everyone is 40 when you're 9.
So true.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway.
He felt you had gravitas. That's what he was saying.
Indeed. He really, really did. That's exactly what he was saying.
He just doesn't know that word yet. That's
He
the
just
only
doesn't-
reason he said 40.
That's the only reason he said 40. What he meant was you seem like you'd be a distinguished age where you've accomplished things and maybe have some property.
That's exactly what he said.
But this family, like, it's one of these things where it's like great people, horrendous roommates.
Yes.
Or like neighbors, you know what I mean?
Happens
like,
a lot.
how are you bowling every morning? And like that's corny. It's like, so I feel like so many people say like, oh, it's like they're bowling up there or something.
Yeah.
Either you're bowling or you're rolling an office chair like the length of the apartment.
Which they might be because they were children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the stomping was like, it just seemed like it was larger than a child. So it was like, who's doing this? It was like furniture rearrangement, bowling, just hostile noise
Yes.
in the morning. And I was like, if I don't have to, I'd love not to not live like this. Like, God bless them, but really.
Did you ever confront them?
Shitty. Of course not.
I know. Is there a level of noise?
For sure. I have a problem. Like, I struggle with self-advocacy.
Yeah.
And my roommate had a very, like, rigid work schedule where she wasn't always around for the symphony.
Yes.
Yeah. So I hadn't yet leveled up into my self where I can tell people, hey, this thing you do is actually really difficult for me. Like a pick your battles kind of thing. Because
Yeah.
I was like, it is a house full of children.
Right.
So, right, if this was, like, adults who are just, like, fucking around and, like, banging the, I don't know, vacuum, I don't know, like, doing methy things, like
Yeah.
vacuuming early, you know what I mean? Like, that would be different, but
You think, like, vacuuming at 7 a.m. is, like, methy?
I feel like I've heard that when you do meth, you vacuum a lot.
Whoa.
Have you heard this? Have you not heard this?
The meth heads I knew were always, like, their thing was sort of, like, stealing.
Yeah. Maybe, like, that's a more, yeah, I don't...
But it could be
I
both.
learned that from my friend Sam. Maybe he's...
Meth heads
maybe he's
are
actually
nuanced
dumb.
individuals, and
Meth heads
maybe
have
their
contain
culture
multitudes. I don't know.
varies regionally.
Yeah, I mean, methamphetamine, like, it's not crazy to me that you would, like, want to, like, go on a cleaning spree. I don't know. Basically, if you were vacuuming at unreasonable hours of the night, I would, I think, feel much more entitled and just good approaching. But it's like, these are kids. I'm like, I don't want to live in a world where, like, kids are
Can't
like,
run
just
around in their
disciplined,
house.
constant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I haven't really gotten to, like, neighbor beef, though. You know what I mean? Like, like juicy. Like, it's, I don't know if I have, like, a juicy.
Have you ever had, like, a neighbor that you loved? I see you as a community staple in that way.
Thank you so much. Short answer, no. I feel like I've lived in in a lot of buildings where it's like neighbors do not really, the neighbors who were hard to live with were the ones I liked the best. It's so frustrating. Like, they would always have cookouts. They were always like, please take our food. And I was like, okay, there's just no way to be mad at you. Like, it's crazy how much noise children make.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it is objectively annoying, but man, you guys are good people. That sucks.
That's kind of beautiful,
Doesn't that suck, though?
As a parent, if you live in an apartment building, I feel like that's the only way. It's like when they have babies and they hand out candy bags and earplugs.
Yeah.
It's literally
you
like
give us presents now.
Yes. And I kind of host a cookout once a summer. That's all I'm asking. Give me 2 hot dogs.
Yeah.
And then we're good.
Exactly.
I just want you to be aware that it's crazy what's happening.
Yeah.
That I have to listen to like 6 people's feet.
It is so.
Damn, they're slapping.
The slapping, the rolling, rolling on wood. It's just incredible stuff. That was a very boisterous place to live.
Yeah.
Like, randomly, there was like a basement that neither one of us as tenants like officially had access to.
Oh.
But there was a grandparent generation in that household. Actually, maybe even a great-grandparent generation. One of the great-grandparents randomly would just like be having rehearsal in the basement.
He was hitting you from both sides?
Both sides.
Oh, that's bad.
But it was like...
Rehearsal for what?
It wasn't like a play. It was like,
just them repeating monologues.
It was a lot of like steel pan.
That's awesome.
Guitar. It was like...
Were they good?
They were good.
Okay.
They were good. It was just kind of a wild situation.
It's just too much noise.
There was a lot of really weird. Now that I'm remembering, I'm like, oh, there is that one time where there was a truck that just lived in the driveway. We didn't know whose it was, and then one day there were canned goods and like non-perishables all over the hood of the car. Not my car, so like not my problem, but like suddenly there was like a pop-up mark. And it was just there for days. Eventually my roommate's like, we need to ask them who said it.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we put it there to dry. It was cans. I don't know to this day, like kind of.
It's not like beans or tomatoes out in the sun. Like
not
all
like
country
loose
style.
Beans. It's not like lentils drying in the sun. It was canned stuff, dried beans in plastic bags. One of the strangest things I've ever seen. Also, there was another time, this isn't the neighbor, but the landlord. There was one time where the driveway was completely populated. I don't know if you've ever seen these, like, tricycle, like, NYPD, like, little scooter vehicles.
Very stupid looking.
It was like that. It wasn't policed. It was just, like, painted blue, but it was, like, at least half a dozen of them. Just not even parked or, like, haphazardly in our driveway. We tried to ask the landlord, like, what's up? Like, whose are these?
Vehicles cannot keep spawning here.
They're spawning, and, like, we like to hang out, like, we do barbecue.
I would like use of that space that I pay for.
I just, like, this is mysterious. Like, it was one of these things where it's like, why is this? And
literally.
Like, we never get an answer. One day they just disappeared. Oh, but not before there was a snowstorm and they were buried in. They were buried in the snow.
And then it's a hazard you're trying to get through.
Yes. It was... McKenna, it was the weirdest place I've ever lived. Can I tell you actually the craziest part about that place?
Can't wait.
It burned down.
While you were there?
That is why we had to move.
Was all your stuff in there?
We did not lose all of our stuff. We lost most of our stuff. But it was an electrical fire in the house of the family upstairs. And
Well, think about how many power strips they have to be using for that many people.
No, 100%.
Holy shit. In the middle of the night.
Middle of the night, they like knock on our door, they're like, fire! Okay, we run out, I'm like holding one of her babies, and
oh my god.
And then neighbors kind of start coming out being like, what's going on? I swear to God, a woman, I'm like holding this infant, like trying to like soothe her. This neighbor lady walks by and is like, not the first time this place is burned down.
What?
I kept walking. It's 4 a.m, first of all. Why are you so
that was
at
a spirit.
Ease? Oh my God,
got burnt down the first time.
It was a spirit. So basically a spirit passed and was like, not the first time as well. Kind of just an all around, like a tale. Living there was a tale.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And then what happens when you just woke up the next day and were like, so anyway,
the society casts you out. There are almost no safety nets. It is so, I cannot imagine like this family navigating.
Yeah.
It was just me and my roommate. We're both single ladies, single professional
you can go
ladies
crash on a couch
in our 30s. It's
hotel.
Okay. The Red Cross did pay for 2 nights in the saddest motel I've ever seen in Sunset Park. It was devastating. It was devastating. There was like,
they gave you 2 nights.
I know, generous. I thought they would only give us 1. 2 nights, and then like kind of figure it out. Thank God, my roommate had a colleague who was like, "Oh, I just left town for 2 weeks to visit my family in Pittsburgh. Go into my apartment, like live in my apartment for 2 weeks," which is like true, like angel. Yeah, maybe that's spirit. Sent. Okay, so maybe that was that. But no, my roommate's also an excellent person, and people are like, they show up for her because like they should.
Yeah,
she shows up for them anyway.
That is a tale.
It's a true nightmare, and it's like people have strong friendships and people you can count on because the state sure ain't gonna help you.
I feel like the landlord should also have to.
It was a struggle to even get them to come to the site of the fire. I hate it, and it was awful. And if anyone's ever been displaced by a fire, it's
bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
We had an electrical fire in my house growing up. We got hit by lightning.
Oh my God.
So, but all of our electronics were out, but we caught it soon enough. Whoa. I think either my mom smelled it or something.
Whoa.
And so we had to stay we stayed in like the embassy suites for like a month or 2 while they fixed the wiring and everything. Yeah. But we didn't lose our stuff. Whoa. So I was scared because I was like 8.
Yeah.
And got woken up, fire, but then everything was literally fine.
Yeah. It was a very it was a thing I think I fully kind of like dissociated through. Like I'm pretty good in crisis. Like I've worked in crisis response. Birth isn't a crisis, but you're being like an anchor
high pressure,
for someone who is like going through the most high stakes thing of their life. But like it's wild. It's a wild experience.
That's crazy. Great answer.
Crazy place.
What's it really like to live life beyond your job title? Person with Job's new series, Meet a Person with Job, dives into that question, featuring cool people doing cool things, proving our value goes beyond how we earn. Season 2 is out now. From MasterChef contestant to a Met Opera dancer, she's talking work, identity, and everything in between. You can watch on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Person with Job.
That's so good.
You are someone that I see as really knowing herself. What did the process look like to get you here?
Baby, it's still unfolding.
I love that.
I'm still going through the cycles of unwellness to reach, walking on coals to emerge, or I don't even know that.
Is that how you see it? You see it as like down and then up higher?
Ever since starting getting into birth work, I'm like, oh my God, everything's a cycle. Yeah. Literally everything's a cycle. Nothing is linear. Linear is patriarchy. Patriarchy is artificial. Hierarchy. We're not doing that anymore. If we want to do that in a few like discrete scenarios, great. To accomplish specific goals, cool. Let's do linear. Let's do logical. Let's do step 1, step 2, step 3. Then problem solve. But I just see life, self-knowledge, well-being as cyclical.
Love that.
The land is fertile and then the land is fallow. It's just not continuously one or the other.
Where do you feel like you are now?
Now I think I'm like beginning a pretty fertile period.
Huge.
Which is huge.
So we've been going through it for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Oh, things have been dark.
Yeah. I grew up very like Orthodox Jewish, militant Zionist, so super chill. Really,
Yeah.
Kind of
those guys are known for being vibey.
Yeah, so grew up sort of fundamentally chill, and that just really makes it hard to exist in the world. That has like never been right in my intuition, but I was like overriding my actual personality and actual intuition for so long, and like performed so well as like a good eldest first daughter. It's really only like in college where I started to actually like let go of a lot of religious observance, wake up to liberatory paradigms outside my own self.
Yeah.
A little more like opening eyes more to collective well-being, collective liberation, but still was kind of in a trance, still kind of on the capitalist wheel. Fully like went to law school. I was like, whatever, I just make a lot of money, and then my parents like can't be mad at me. And just stuff that's like, yeah, that's a great way to live your life, and you'll definitely feel authentic and powerful and find yourself that way. No, you will not. You will sort of sink to the lowest you've ever sort of experienced. And then since law school is where I turned it all around.
Yeah.
I was like, who let me come here? I cannot believe they let me take out this many loans to do this. It's the most financially ruinous, other than going to the Fringe Festival, most financially ruinous decision of my life.
You're in a pretty big club there, I'm sure.
Oh my God.
Of law school hate to Fringe.
Absolutely. The law school to comedian pipeline also, like kind of a well-traveled path.
Yeah.
But in law school is sort of where I culminated, I graduated in 2019. That's where like there was a culmination of like, I am not living in alignment.
Yeah.
I don't like what I'm trying to become. This can't be, like looking at all the lawyers around me, looking at all the, where I interned, seeing all the lawyers, I was like, no. Oh my gosh.
Miserable.
This is not it. I just wanted healthcare. Like I wanted stability. LOL. It's like, yeah, I just had to learn to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Learn how to live uncomfortably.
Yeah.
Live with uncertainty. And anyway, since coming back and trying to like do work that feels more aligned, like cool, that feels good in my gut, but it's really terrifying and really lonely to have changed so much from my family, to feel like very ideologically orphaned. This isn't like a feel bad for me.
But yes.
But like really needing to like build from scratch, like chosen family, and like learn how to build community. And that's something I feel like I'm still, like I was in such a structured community, and now there really is not a lot of structure, and you have to like create it. So that, when I don't feel like I have a lot to hold on to, I get into the lows. Mm-hmm. But I've like recognized what the lows look like, and so I've just begun to take better care of myself, like through it.
And I think being able to see the lows as useful in getting to the next thing, for me personally, has been very helpful. Where I'm just like, okay, but we gotta lose stuff to make room for the good stuff later. Like, okay, well, let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like trying to cultivate like more of a relationship with grief. Yeah. Like not trying to avoid it. I mean, I talk a big game of like, let pain be a teacher. Obviously, pain can turn into suffering and like get help, so you do not suffer like for nothing. But yeah, certainly learn that from birth. Like pain is not necessarily your enemy. Yeah. Like it can hurt. The sensation is true, but how you like, only way out is through.
And if you're using it appropriately, it catapults you to something better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
So I think, but like I still am like scared to. Many people have told me, you seem like you really know yourself, which is a massive compliment.
Yeah.
I agree, but I also, there's like stuff I am like scared to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like censorship is a thing. I'm like self-censorship is a thing. I'm still like trying to deconstruct and like break out of. That's like an element of myself where I'm like, girl, you have so much to say. You have so many opinions. Like, own them. You might be like ostracized or, you know, scolded for your truth, but this is the price.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
What do you tell yourself to get you to a place where you feel like you're making sort of strides there?
This is where like deep loving friendships come in. There's like a two-pronged thing. One is like building a muscle of self-validation, which I wish more comics, I wish more artists would like spend more time, especially comics, especially people who do performance. So like it is such an easy endeavor to just use it as a way to extract validation from outside and like import it into yourself.
But that's a very precarious
and
place
that's
to be.
like you're gonna try to bypass your own ability to like self-validate, and like I don't know, so many people we know are so hard on themselves to a degree where I'm like, it's not serving you, it's not actually helping you. So like building a relationship with your own inner critic that is like, I understand where you're coming from, you're not in charge, and my friend is going to actually nicely remind me that I'm like a really good person.
Yeah.
I show up in our friendship, and it's kind of crazy that your parents said that to you.
Yeah.
You're not crazy for crying about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's both.
Yeah.
I can't like will myself out of anything or into something entirely. I don't think we do anything by ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's like good friends and learning how to like validate myself and just be like, no, my opinion's valid because it is.
Right. That's definitely a hard place to be. You know, I say crazy shit on the internet, and like I have been punished in the real world and on the internet for it.
You have.
And that's crazy, and I do have a trouble with it, especially when you get to see what, as a comic and as a person who puts things online, immediately you could have thousands of people, hundreds, thousands, tens, telling you, no, fuck you, you suck, I hate you.
Yeah. I'm curious about how you navigate it. Like the idea, like do you ever have an impulse to censor, or are there like, right, as the viewer, it often feels like you speak so authentically or so freely.
Thank you.
And I'm like, oh, this is what fearlessness looks like. You've literally experienced consequences for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you got fired from a job.
Yeah.
Like that's like real.
Yeah.
Like you were yourself and you got punished and you're like still being yourself.
Yeah. I think that I have never been... It's weird, I think, especially because now in my adult life and as a comedian, I think I'm pretty well liked, which is lovely. But I grew up being very much on the outside, and not even just like an outsider, but like negative opinions abound.
Yeah.
And I was getting called fat from the time I was like 4. Like, I was always on the outside, and I'm sure I was part of it. I probably sucked, but like, that's where I come from. And then, authority figures never really like me, probably because I don't like them and I don't like what they're doing.
Yeah.
So like, I do think that's helpful, is that like, but I guess I also did have the thing you're saying where it's like, eldest daughter, I would go to school, I would follow the rules, and I would be the best at something.
Yeah.
But even still, then my coach would be like, oh yeah, actually I just don't like you, so you don't get to be in the first varsity boat, even though you're the best person on the team going to the best college. So I think I just maybe I cultivated that self thing, and also I have parents who love me too much.
Oh wow.
It's really lovely, and they never tell me I'm wrong.
That is.
It's powerful.
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, McKenna's parents. May the gods bless you forever. That is. What a gift.
It's really special, especially when I've been in so many situations where it feels like the world, it's always a small group, but it feels like the world is like angry at me.
Yeah.
They're like, do what you gotta do, bitch, I don't know. Like, we believe in you, we trust you. They tell me they trust me all the time.
Oh my god!
I
It's
know.
breaking my brain.
I know,
It's
they're
breaking
really-
my brain.
They're really good parents, and that has equipped me with like, and I'm also I'm very comfortable with criticism. Not very comfortable, but like, I always want to be open to it. So like, especially online or whatever, when it's strangers.
Has that always been the case? Or is that like a paradigm you moved into?
That's a good question. I think it's always been a constant. So I don't think I really had a choice, and now it's more conscious.
Now you're like, well, let me just embrace this.
Yes.
Utilize it.
But I think that people online right now are too open to criticism, and they self-censor and like castrate their own opinions.
Well, yeah.
And I'm not interested in that.
That's what I think I do.
Go ahead.
All right, let's do finances.
Love.
This one scares me.
What is your money philosophy?
Fuck. Okay, this might be a little bit of a cop-out. I'm like trying to figure it out. I spend a lot of emotional energy being so angry at the concept of money.
Yes.
It just feels so not feminine.
Yes.
Like so arbitrary and borderline cruel. It doesn't make like sense to me in my gut. So I just feel like sometimes I just dig my heels and I'm like, well, it's just like fake and unfair anyway. So like I don't even understand it, and I just like totally check out.
Yeah.
And which is you can't like it's a real part of the world.
Yeah.
So you do need to.
I'm sure it feels faker, especially after law school, where you're like, oh, okay, so I did this thing that doesn't matter to me, and now I'm in debt forever.
And like looking at the numbers of the debt, it's like, what is this video game? Like this,
Right.
These are numbers. I earn $25 an hour. Like this isn't. What do you?
Yeah.
This is unfathomable. This is unquantified. This doesn't make any sense. It does not match the value of the product. But I also grew up very well resourced.
Mm-hmm.
I have never struggled materially.
Yeah.
I do not earn enough to live, but I like sustainably, but I also know that in an emergency situation, yeah, I do have two resourced parents who I could ask for help. Will there be immense shame?
Yeah.
Will it put strain on our relationship? So I actually really strive to not do that, because asking for help with these particular relationships is really emotionally difficult. Yes, but also like that's a real safety net that exists.
Yeah.
And I am just so aware that I live with that. Like I could be caught by that.
Yeah.
And have a safe landing. Like after the fire.
Yeah.
I actually did not ask for family for like it was very like kind of privately managed, but that was also kind of messed up. Like ask people for help. Like that's a crazy thing to not ask people for help. But I just recognize that like I don't earn enough to live, so it's like either we all deserve healthcare or no one deserves healthcare. I just get it because my parents can afford it. That's forked.
Yeah.
That's like not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. My philosophy with money is we're not doing a good job meeting people's needs. I don't know if that's because we use a money system or because we're not using a money system like in a way that's nurturing or nourishing. So I have like emotional wounds about like being made to feel like a financial burden and whatever. There's lots of emotional shit with money, but I also there's like a guilt of like access and trying to like keep myself in perspective of understanding like my immediate material reality. But like I always look at like really successful people, like successful artists, and I'm like, could never be me. Like there's just no way I'll ever make money. Like I'm so bad at earning it, at keeping it, like I just give it away all like
it's not your motivation.
It's not my motivation, which like okay, sure, it doesn't have to be.
Right.
You can just ask daddy to help, you know what I mean? This is what every like Brooklyn comic like gets roasted for.
Yeah.
As I absolutely should. Please never stop roasting. But I also recognize that there's like a brokenness in how I think about it. Like when you were saying before, like, I want to make money from comedy as quickly as possible. It scares me to like embody that and just like actually embrace that kind of ambition. I'm like, I don't even believe I could possibly like earn. I'm like, what? People are gonna pay money to me for what I'm bringing, that's like negative. That's limiting beliefs. You know, I understand. So like there's a hump I need to cross. Of like abundance is possible. Yeah. But I'm like so scared of. Money scares me. That's my philosophy. Scary. It's really scary.
I think people don't give enough emotional weight to it. People act like it's logical and mathematics, and it's like, no, that's the most emotional thing. Because money is just who has access and who.
Power.
Yes.
It just is.
It's just a unit of power, and acting like it's not is bizarre.
Yeah.
It just decides who gets to live a nice life and who doesn't, but it's arbitrary.
Yeah.
And I think, you can see that in a million ways, but the crypto whatever during COVID, like, I have a friend who, like, ran crypto scams and now doesn't have to have a job.
So sick.
So sick.
So evil.
And any time that anyone can, I think, if you're getting over on rich people, I don't care. I think you should literally do it.
Yeah.
I won't because I'm scared, but I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's all so fake.
And
I was, writing about money at Fortune, a big business publication, writing about labor, working in the labor movement. I'm like, it's just access, and it's just people holding the purse strings so that you have to beg on your knees to have health insurance. It's all wage slavery. Yes.
It's a lot of how I feel like money is really humiliating.
It's entirely humiliating.
To a lot of us.
That all of the people we know are on hands and knees begging for a barista job where they still won't be able to pay their bills. They're just minimizing the debt that they're going into every month.
I'm much more like, I feel very like emotionally invested in like labor movements.
Yeah.
Like worker solidarity. Doesn't make sense to me to be
when people,
real estate, venture capital, union bust, independent contractor, like you are breaking human spirit.
Yes.
You're breaking human spirit.
Yeah. When people in who make less than $200,000 a year,
Computer job. You tippity type on a keyboard. You're a pussy.
Yeah.
You live at the top. People who like change the adult diapers of people in old age homes because that's where you send your parent because you're not willing to do the labor of caring for your own family. They're not even paid a living. None of this makes sense.
None of it makes sense. The only people in America who do actual work don't get money, and everyone else does. Yeah. And I can't believe some people can't see that. Like, do you ever talk to somebody our age who don't make that much money, and they're like anti-union, like they don't know that they're parroting union busting things, and you're like, oh, what? It's
very like, well, I'm gonna be a millionaire one day, and I don't want to pay taxes. When I'm like, it should be an honor to pay taxes. Like, it should be an honor to be supporting each other.
It should be the only reason you give a fuck about making money, because as soon as your needs are met, you should be giving it away. What?
Yeah, this is my problem. I'm sort of like, I can't like show people how many like GoFundMes. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's just.
I know.
And I'm like, this doesn't feel responsible.
I know.
But like, I really struggle to think in a more like strategic. I struggle to think strategically about money. I gotta operate not from a money motivated place, but I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
How do I have a more healthy relationship with this thing that feels kind of ugly and bad, but like that's me giving it more power.
Yeah. You know who I really respect, who's a famous comedian who does pretty well, is Caleb Herron.
Oh.
Love Murray Bamford, obviously, always. Yeah. But Caleb,
I feel like he talks about money.
He does, and he's like, yeah, obviously I make money, but I'm like where I would like, that's like, he platforms activists on his social media talking about class consciousness, talking about this stuff, gives a bunch away, and doesn't want more. He's like, no, I'm not gonna like go do a Marvel movie or like I don't want that. I just, like, I've reached the point in my career now where I have an audience. I can make what I want to make. I can funnel people to give money to where it matters. I can support tenant unions. I can support, like, that's sick as fuck, and that's the kind of wealth we should be striving for.
Yeah, I come from a community where there are just so many, I'll call them hoarders.
Yeah.
That's what I'll call them. And it, to me, is like, it's criminal, it's despicable. It's why I'll never own a house, because I'm overcorrecting on the hoarding, but yeah, it'd be so nice to have housing security.
Yeah. Regular insurance.
Yeah, it's like the needs. I would love to be able to, like, meet my needs.
Yeah.
And I do struggle to make that happen consistently and sustainably. But that's what Caleb Heron, that's kind of what I'm aiming for.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I like him a lot.
I like him too.
I haven't watched his new stand-up special, but I want
I haven't yet either, but I want to.
I wanna.
Alright, which one next?
Wow. Naughty.
Okay.
Yay!
Alright. You've dated some of my friends.
Oh my god.
Which is awesome. And I know that they're dumb guys. What is the worst, dumbest thing a guy has said to you during dating / boinking?
Yeah.
Because I think we have that in common. We like dumb guys.
The problem is that, like, I refuse to believe that people are dumb.
Right.
Which is delulu. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually a form.
Meanwhile, they're, like, trying desperately to prove it to you. Danielle, look, I'm really stupid. And you're like, no, you couldn't be.
He's just learning. Growth mindset.
Being attracted to straight men is a prison.
Every day, I look in the mirror. I've dated across the gender spectrum.
Love.
But obviously, there's a right way and there's a wrong way. And every single day, I look in the mirror and I say, gay is a choice. Gay is a choice. You are gay. Today, we choose gay. We choose gay. I am gay. I love gay. Like, I'm trying so hard.
That's awesome.
And I don't know why my body's just like, oh, get somebody with a penis. And it's like, there's some sort of mind-body disconnect.
Totally.
I don't know if that's patriarchy. I don't know if that's sexual orientation. I don't know what it is. Wow, I mean, just so many dumb things.
They say so many dumb things.
There's one thing that someone has said that it's so funny because when I tell dudes, they're like, that's genius.
You gotta be careful telling.
One straight man that it's also funny to say I dated, and like, I was your mommy for a little bit, and I
breastfed you for 3 months.
I fucked my son, and I'm really uncomfortable with the dynamic that we had. I was a sick predator.
Sometimes it does feel like that.
I really thought you were on your way to, like, I've been saying this recently, like, I'll be mommy, but can you be daddy? And then they can't, is the thing.
Exactly.
Like, I'll be baby boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. Actually, no, thank you.
If we're parents together, that's chill as fuck.
If we're parents together, that means, and both of us in both of our respective places, we have furniture.
Yes!
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
But one of the people I dated didn't, and like lived with other grown men, they didn't have a table in their apartment.
What would they need that for?
Building community? I don't know. They're not doing that.
No.
No table. Then there was a coffee table at some point, but like it was in the corner and no one was ever eating on it. There was no table. And then one time I came over and I noticed. I know that he did laundry regularly.
Okay.
So I would like see, like you were doing laundry like weekly, like a lot. There was one pair of pants that had just like stains in the crotchal region that like never kind of got out. I was like, I know that they're clean, but like, what's going on? Like,
and
what are
do you know
pants?
You could buy new pants?
I was like, what's with the pants? And he was like, also he's like mid eating. He's like, oh, these are my eating pants.
Is this who I think it is?
Because he doesn't have a table. I don't know who you think it is. It could probably be all of them. Honestly, they probably all have eating pants. I've said this on stage, and now probably all of them have eating pants. So every time I tell a guy that, they're like,
Any guy
that's
I've
kind
dated
of genius.
Could also say that for sure. Well, you gotta have eating pants.
You gotta have eating pants. Babe, you don't have eating pants? I'm just kidding.
My table is my eating pants. That's why we put the lap under the table.
You gonna invite me over for dinner? Where are we eating the dinner? Where are we eating the dinner?
Over his eating pants.
In a Tupperware on your couch? I'm not raising the son that I thought I was.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
I thought I taught you better than this.
I really thought I raised you better. Eating pants was just one of the most amazing.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. It was just so epic. I was like, how are you alive? Like how? No, but also like, wow, look at you adapting.
Yes.
Like look at you really trying like, be industrious and resourceful. Like, this is someone who like calls coffee discipline juice, and like is like, I just need to do 70 hard, and like my life is gonna change.
Yeah.
And I'm like, truly, God bless on every endeavor. You're also one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. But the eating pants will. It's one of the most beautiful.
That's a drawback of straight men, is that they cannot be funny and adults.
I think you've actually just distilled a heartbreaking truth.
I know.
Wait. Okay, so what does that mean? Do you have like a philosophy around dating comedians or people that you're in the same?
I unfortunately like dating comedians because I think the only thing men have to offer is being funny. And that would be my choice over being an adult, which sucks. Because I've dated guys who are adults, but then they're not fun to be around. They will take out the trash, but they also scold you for things. So I'd rather have a funny one that I kind of have to raise. But that's also pretty bad.
Yeah.
But at least it's fun, because I'm an adult enough for the both of us, I guess. Which sucks, but if my two options, I wish that I had any queerness in my body. I wish,
but that's
God,
the thing, like, I'm kind of like, no, I definitely have it, but it's like not, it doesn't get activated as much, or maybe I'm just in a straight season.
Yeah.
Which is, maybe this is just my, like, I don't know what the planets are doing. Like,
yeah.
And maybe this is like a...
I hope that queerness comes knocking.
Yeah, like maybe my sexuality is cyclical, and who knows. Yeah, what I am taking a break from, I feel very detached from like the concept, the idea of like pursuing romantic.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sort of romantic entanglement. No, like I would love like the like companionship elements, and like honestly I just want to snuggle. That's like if we're being real, like
you gotta get like a nap.
None of them have ever made me come, so it's like it's not that.
No, certainly.
But we're still getting oxytocin release, in the body. So there's that. But I would love like someone who for me, like feeling turned on, like there has to be a baseline of like emotional safety.
Yeah. For
it to like really feel like I'm building something with, and like the people that I dated, like it didn't meet that.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd say they're capable of it.
Yeah, I just kind of presume that people are, or that like
same, and it's so sad every single time they're like, oh, that was
they'll
crazy.
See how fly I am, and they'll be like, oh, I want to step up because like you're a catch. They don't think that. So,
well, I don't know if I actually think so many of them are not capable.
It's not something that I can glean any reflection of my own self-worth from.
But it's hard not to feel that way because it's like, I've been dating for 15 years, about half of my life. Now we're going over half of the life, and we haven't met a man who's capable. I want to meet a man who's my partner, who I'm like, I believe fully in your decision making. I can let you go, even to the grocery store, without me directing your every move. Haven't found one of those.
Yeah, I'm also like, I yearn for like some sort of egalitarian, like domestic partnership. Like I want to make home with someone, right? And like a lot of things are.
But men who don't have tables, that's hard.
It's borderline not possible unless they're gonna show up compensating in a different way, like complementing.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll do the nesting, you'll do the logistical organization and planning.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to do that either? Okay.
They don't know what an overdraft fee is, but they're at negative $65 in their bank.
Or like you can do pivot tables in Excel, but like it's not adding up. It's
stymieing.
I can't be every caregiver, or like I want to be matched or complemented with equal integrity. That's been a struggle to find, so I don't chase it anymore. I'm like, okay, I'm deserving of it.
Yeah.
I'm open to it. Please find me in a not creepy way. I feel like you and I would honestly crush. Like if we should run seminars.
I would love that
for straight guys.
Yes. That's kind of what we're doing in the comedy community already.
Kind of a great. I'd love to talk to you about a show idea along that line, because honestly, I'm like, I love men.
Yeah.
I love you.
You're making it hard, but
I love
do.
your stupid dicks.
I do.
I love you are just so unburdened.
Yeah, they are. God, I love it.
By consideration of anyone else's needs. Like, so you can just be so silly, and I want some of that unburdenedness.
Yes.
So I want to discard some of the socialization of being concerned for, does everybody have water?
Right.
So like I feel like I'm learning how to be more selfish when I'm around you, but like let's have an exchange of skills.
Yes.
There's a lack of like consideration that starts to feel mean.
Yes.
Like where I'm just kind of like, I know it's not me. Like I know you're not a mean guy, but like this is dumb. You're inconsiderate.
You're doing negligence.
I can't. Yeah. Like eating pants is funny, but the inconsideration is like really hard.
They're like, well, you bring your eating pants, and then I don't have to have a table.
And then no one has to have a table. Okay. I love also every comedian man I've now been with, they now have a lamp in their room. Yeah. So just to all the women comics who are, coming after me, just know the lamps. That's me. That was actually me. That was the touch of a woman. Actually did that. They'll actually try to deny it. They will try to deny it. They will say that they thought of it and they were planning on getting one on Amazon anyway.
Yeah. Teaching boys about not using the big light.
Teaching boys. That's what my whole set is becoming. Yeah. It's becoming like a seminar.
I like that.
Guys, it's so easy to trick me into having sex with you. Is that like I will have, if you have a lamp in your room, like if your home, we come into your home and it's diffuse lighting, I'll have unprotected sex with you right now. I'm like, oh, he understands how to nest. No, he doesn't. The last woman he dated was like, you need a lamp.
It does do a lot for me if they have like something on their walls.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And if I can tell that it's something they picked out, I'm losing it.
Shout out to the comedian David Vallona, who is...
Sweetie.
Honestly, I forget how old. I'm like, are you 26? Are you 28? I don't know. He is the only straight dude who's a home apartment, who's like, young person in their 20s in an apartment with a roommate I've ever gone to, and I've been like, an adult lives here.
That's so nice.
It's astounding. I was like, oh, so they can do it.
They can do it.
They can.
Okay, are you ready for the last question?
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do it. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You talk openly about deconstructing the Orthodox Jewish faith you grew up in. What is something beautiful that it gave you that maybe even helped you with the deconstruction?
Ooh, actually I have a really easy, that helped me with the deconstruction. Can I give two answers?
Yes.
Okay. One thing that is very beautiful that I haven't quite figured out how to reintegrate into my life, but like it is a goal of mine too, is my family was very Sabbath observant. So once a week, like Friday evening rolls around, from Friday evening, like sundown, to Saturday evening when you can see at least 3 stars in the sky, you unplug everything.
That's really nice.
Whatever lights are on, those are the lights that are on. You're not making new food, you prepare the food beforehand. There's no TV, there's no phones, there's no money, there's no cars.
There's no money.
No exchanging money, no working, no purchasing. There are a lot of rules of like what constitute, how do you observe the day of rest. It is a very rigorously observed day of rest. Like you'd think it would be something chill, it's like absolutely not chill at all. But the essence of like every single week, Fridays still have this quality where like once the sun is like in the afternoon sky on a Friday, like there's something in my body, like I feel like a slow down.
Yeah.
Which is very beautiful.
Yeah.
And like unplugging, just enforced stillness and like family time, community time, where you're walking down the block, you're walking to visit your friends, you're having like a special meal together. It's cyclical, it's not every day, but it's regular. That was a constant like way of like time management spiritually that was very beautiful.
And what a cool, cyclical release valve. Like,
yeah.
If Tuesday sucks, it's like, okay, but on Saturday, I have this dedicated time to get back.
Shabbat is coming, and like I will chill. I will go for my walk that I always go on, and it's like a.
Can you read?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Totally.
Does it have to be Torah?
No.
Okay.
If you're like ultra Orthodox Hasidish, probably. They don't read secular texts, but.
At all, or just
I come from a weird
Shabbat?
No, at all. Okay. But I come from a weird flavor of Orthodoxy that is very like Western prestige pilled, but also like very religiously observant. So we're like, go to Harvard. Like we want to read Kant and like Western. We sort of loved like it's love Western knowledge at least. So. This sort of like ritual, like a time-based ritual, that's something that like I'm like there's so much wisdom in that, and I want to hold on to like thinking of time as cyclical and not linear, and also I would argue it's like a little too intense, like to a fault, but at least the kind of religious community I come from is so academic, so hyper analytical. Like the religious texts are like legal arguments of like, what constitutes rest on the Sabbath? Okay, you can't light a fire. Okay, well, what if a fire is already lit? Can you add coals to it like over the Sabbath? Like that kind of like minutia. So rigorous thinking.
Yeah.
I'm like I owe that to that. I owe that to my like religious indoctrination.
Right.
Really. It's when it becomes self-critical then it becomes dangerous to be that good at analysis.
But isn't it interesting that they teach you that skill and then they're like, it's not about me.
I told my mom that I think marriage is slavery, and she was like, I regret sending you to college. I was like, I don't know why you taught me how to read.
In this iteration and every iteration?
Huge mistake. Huge mistake on your part.
I was in, I don't know if I told you, I think we might have talked about this when I was on your podcast.
You were in a cult.
Female intern. I was in a cult, and yes, it was very text-centered, and we were analyzing all the time, and then I'd be like, yeah, but this Old Testament, you decided to like this Old Testament version, but really in the New Testament, like, and they'd be like, no! We love Leviticus! And I'd be like, well, stop teaching me shit you don't want me to use.
No, but Leviticus specifically
sucks.
Ass.
From every direction, also. Not even just from I don't like what you're saying. It's like a bet.
If you haven't read it, that's actually fine. It's actually really fine.
Perhaps don't.
Perhaps don't. Time is non-linear but cyclical, and analysis.
Love.
It was really helpful at like when I started noticing like, all right, stuff about this does not align with me as a woman, especially like the gender stuff always, even as a kid.
Fucked.
But then just really rigorously critiquing it, and then like just developing a bigger political consciousness. Everyone deserves to rest.
Yeah.
And it is only rich people who get to rest. So something's wrong.
Yeah.
Rest has to be distributed more. Whatever.
And true rest, like you're saying, not like, oh my god, you have time off from work, better get on your side hustle because you can't afford to be alive.
Yeah, if the affording to be alive, I sort of hate that.
I hate that.
I sort of hate that.
Because you are alive. You should just get to be alive. Yeah.
I just don't understand. I do. We're being scammed. Yeah, but
scratch that.
But breaking the ideological breakaway, it's really that's also been like the big source of like the emotional lows.
Yeah.
Like it's a very lonely leaving a cult. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what your experience was like leaving. Like, did that feel lonely?
Yeah, because you're excommunicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and the rest of it doesn't stop being lonely. Like, when you're conscious and you see the systems and how they interlock and stuff, it's isolating. It's really isolating. And I mean, while I love my parents, I think they're so good as parents, I am still isolated from my family because my brother still lives in Columbus, and, you know, they watch the evening news and hear what's said and are just like, yep. And I'm like, well, no, because this, and this. And I'm a fucking bummer. When I'm home, I'm a bummer to them. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm a bummer to people. I'm a bummer to this world.
Which is like so funny because it's like you're also such an agent of joy.
Thank you.
But it's like knowledge is a bummer. Like truth is you know what I mean?
And it is. It's really heavy to look at the world and see what we see, that like the world we've built is evil and like genuinely oppressing all of us at every turn.
Yeah. Yeah, but
that is a bummer, and I'm not gonna stop talking about it. But
no, I just can't. I can't deny it. Like, yeah, it's heavy. All right, move on. Like, accept that.
It's not my duty not to talk about it because it's heavy. It's our duty to talk about it so that we can slough off the heaviness.
You said it.
Thank you so much for doing this podcast.
What an absolute.
I really love you. You're the cutest.
What an absolute delight.
Yes.
Had such a great time. Bye, everyone.
So good. Good job.
You.
That might be my favorite episode yet.